Good afternoon, everybody out there, self-isolating, trying to teach three kids, three different curriculums whilst balancing a job. I know everybody's under a lot of pressure at the moment, and people are kind of getting cabin fever. So welcome back to another episode of Time Smart Teaching. And today, there's going to be a lot more teachers around because a lot of parents are now becoming teachers, and it's great that we're seeing lots of people kind of recognizing all the work and the effort that teachers put in, especially because parents are now having to kind of like fill in that gap. So today, really, the video is just as much to the parents that have become teachers as it is for the teachers who are still teachers, and also parents tutoring their own kids at school. So I think there's been an amazing amount of work done behind the scenes for schools to get all this online learning ready, set up distance learning, VLN, cloud-based learning. It's amazing. However, I do think that some of the work that is set is kind of stressing parents out a bit. Parents thinking, I don't know what I've got to do. I don't understand this task. Maybe they're having Wi-Fi issues. Maybe it's stressing them out, trying to get through the sheer amount of work that's been set. And parents don't actually really understand that not everything that the teacher set has to be done. It's there to do as much as you can, or as little as you can kind of get away with, depending on your circumstances. I will be really, really honest with you. I'm a teacher. I'm a secondary school teacher. And even I have logged on to what my daughter's got to do as a kind of like a year 3 primary school child. And sometimes I don't understand it. And instead of stressing about it and trying to email the poor teacher and saying, well, what have you got to do to explain this, which is ridiculous, we just changed tack and we thought, right, well, what topic were you doing before you broke up? Okay, you're doing volcanoes in Hawaii. Right, perfect. So we found something else to do around that. It wasn't work that the teacher set, but it didn't matter because she was still learning about the topic. And obviously me as a geography teacher, a lot of our learning days, a lot of the things we've been doing have been about geography. So we've taken this time to kind of do little field trip exercises. So we've been obviously going to the seaside last week. We've been obviously going to parks and places where we can self-isolate. And we used it as a little opportunity to do a little bit of field work. So we were just messing around on the beach one day, and Grace was running up and down the sand dunes at Birkenhead Beach. And so we used it as an opportunity to have a little bit of discussion about coasts, because I've been learning about coasts at school. And we talked about the importance of sand dune management. Okay, so how actually her running up and down the sand dunes was actually causing a bit of erosion, wasn't particularly good for the environment. And then we talked about the marram grass, why it's important, why it helps sand dune systems form. And then we looked around and we saw like the picket fences behind us, and we said, well, they're there to stop people going and running up and down the sand dunes and dropping litter and having barbecues. So I want to encourage the teachers to kind of, if you're setting work for pupils, just be mindful it's stuff that's open-ended. It's stuff that non-specialists can do. It's things that busy parents can still do at home, something that's independent that they can give the kid to do. It's not going to depend on everyone having their own PC or their own, laptop or iPad. Stuff that's kind of like simple, that doesn't need the parent to be constantly intervening in, because the parents are going to have, a lot of them are going to have to be working. So I'm putting together at the moment, I'm going to do a little kind of like sheet. I'm going to make it freely available on test, like 50 ideas of how you can do a little bit of geography fieldwork learning in and around your own home. And I'm going to fill out with really simple things that kids can do independently in their own home, in their own garden, or locally, like literally on their road where they live, that kind of thing, just to kind of help people out a bit. So if you're a parent and you're stressing about you're not doing enough work, don't start with this keeping up with the Joneses idea, okay? We don't want to see schoolwork become a competition between parents. Oh, how many hours of maths has your kids done? Oh, how many hours have you done? Oh, let's have an upload competition and see whose kid can upload the most work onto Facebook or Instagram, right? No. That is not where we're going with this. Like, kids get enough pressure. There's enough competition. There's enough kind of like point scoring in school. Use this time, okay, to work with what you've got. So if your job is accounting and you can teach your kids some basic accountancy principles, amazing, okay? Because they don't get taught anything about money management at school, which is a whole nother rant for another time. Anyone who's read my book, Time Smart Teaching, knows I totally lament the lack of education, the lack of curriculum around financial education and financial literacy at school. If your bag, like me, is a geography teacher, use this time to go and do like a little bit of geography learning. Use what you've got. If your speciality is, I don't know, say you're admin, talk about what you do with your kid. Get them to do a little bit of work experience with you. Can you give them a little job, a little bit of filing to do? Can you talk to them about the job that you do, why it's important, how you help businesses? It's an opportunity for kids to learn from you. Okay, for some of you from kind of like the first time properly, don't take it too seriously. Okay, parents, don't stress out if you're not getting all the work done or you don't understand the work. Okay, do something you can do. There's so many amazing free resources out there at the moment, which is amazing. Okay, find something. It doesn't matter if it's not linked to the curriculum that your kid's doing right now. The main thing is that you're keeping safe. Okay, you're adhering to social distancing measures. If you know a teacher who's free at home, like myself, call them then. Have you got any resources? Have you got any good ideas? What can I do? They'd be more than happy to help you. But don't stress out, okay? And don't take it too seriously, because before we know it, schools will be reopened. Everyone will be in the same position, starting from a few steps backwards. Teachers are amazing. They're resilient at picking up the pieces and making sure that students will get to be where they need to be. Okay, so just take care, everybody. Stay sane. And any amazing resources, any free resources, pop them in the comments. Tell other people about them. And I look forward to speaking to you next time, which hopefully might mean that possibly we're out of some of these stricter measures, but who knows. All right, that's it from me. Bye.